unbelievable stuff that's going on with our officers. Where are they getting this training? Are they just this naive? Are they being purposely trained this way? That's why we have our guest on today, Andrew Henderson. Thanks for coming on the show. And I've kind of really set the stage here for a lot that's going on in our court system. And you have been through it.
Yes, I have.
And it's not pleasant, is it?
No, it's not. No, no. The way the court system treats its citizens is absolutely appalling.
Well, and it's the whole process in there. It's not just the court system. It's the executive branches where most of us get it first, is from the executive branch, in this case the police officers,
right.
Saying that you did something that you didn't do or whatever, or did do that was legal and it was illegal. And so you have to go through an extensive, how long did this whole process take?
Nearly 16 months.
Okay, 16 months. Okay, that's a long time.
It is a long time.
That's 2 pregnancies almost.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know why I put in those terms, but I think what I want to do here first is let's play your video, and you know, I forgot a video. I'm out of line here. We're going to play this first video, get back into your situation, but this it kind of gives an overall philosophy here of what's going on and what happens behind the scenes. This is a Project Veritas video where people go underground. And in this case, it deals with funding on oil issues. But the deal with it is what happens behind the scenes that you don't see. And that's what we're going to tie this back into the police. What are they being told? So let's watch this Project Veritas, and I'll tie it all back in later. Sorry about that. Let's watch it.
On March 27, 2014, Academy Award Governor Ed Begley Jr., Academy Award-nominated actress Mariel Hemingway, and Sundance Award-winning producer Josh Dickel were caught on tape at the Beverly Hills Hotel meeting with a man named Mohammed, who they believed to be the son of a Middle Eastern oil family dynasty, to discuss the funding of the next anti-fracking film to the tune of $9 million. Mohammed was introduced to them through citizen journalists posing as ad executives purporting to represent Mohammed and his family.
If Washington, D.C. continues fracking, America will be energy efficient, and then they won't need our oil anymore.
Our motivation is, or my motivation, my client is, we want to. I'm trying to help his bottom line.
Yeah,
you know,
it's fine. We'll get that.
You're in with us on this side, right?
Oh yeah. Knowing where the money comes from.
It's only at this table.
This table, that doesn't go farther than this table.
No, absolutely. I would never say that.
Washington and Hollywood are a lot like it's all an illusion.
Yes.
Smoke and mirrors.
Yeah. As long as it looks good to the eye, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
That's it.
Washington and Hollywood are very similar in that way.
My client's interest is to end, American energy independence. Your interest is to end fracking, and you guys understand that.
Correct. Yeah, super clear. We're confident that we can keep this zip-locked, tight, airtight forever. If we don't protect who is kind of funding this thing, if we have to disclose that or if that becomes a necessary part of it, the whole enterprise will not work.
Because if people think this itself is funded by, Middle Eastern oil, it will not have that credibility.
It'll be a non-starter.
All right, so there you get a glimpse of how things happen or can happen behind the scene. So my question, now Veritas exposed the Acorn, problems with Acorn and what they were doing pertaining to voting, but things happen behind the scene. We don't get to see a lot that's happening behind the scene. And something's happening behind the scene in regards to our sheriffs and our police force, their education, the courts, that is conspiring to take away our liberties in the guise of protecting our liberties. So we're going to kind of explore that a little bit, and that's why Andrew Henderson is here. So let's just get into a video you made.
Sure.
Well done, and it's kind of a clip of what you went through, and we'll make some comments after that. All right, so let's roll it.
There's a story in the Pioneer Press today. It's about a guy who was filming some police work.
Yeah, that was interesting.
And had a sheriff's deputy come over out of the blue in the middle of performing this police work and confiscating his video camera.
I'm Andrew Henderson. On October 30th, 2012, I had my camera taken away from me by the Ramsey County Sheriff's officers for filming in a public location.
I grew up inner city. You know, you see things that police do, and it sticks in your head. And as I've gotten older, I've become more proactive about it. I wouldn't call myself an activist by any means. I just do it when I can. When I see something, I film something.
I was charged with disorderly conduct and obstruction of justice. The whole time during the incident, I was sitting on a bench, at least 30 feet away from the scene, until Jackie Molnar came up and snatched the camera from my hand. Fortunately, I was recording audio on my cell phone, which captured part of the incident.
The following audio was taken from a 4-minute clip Andrew recorded. They are in order.
Okay, we'll take this for evidence, and then you can talk to our investigator.
You just took my camera.
What's your name?
I'm not giving you my name if I'm not being ashamed.
Well,
I don't have to give you my name.
Evidence,
You're taking my camera. I'm doing a lawful thing right now. Filming is legal.
Okay, but if I end up on YouTube, I'm going to be upset.
Can I get a receipt for that?
I'll give you my name in case somebody asks. That's about it.
Alright, you lawfully took the video camera from me. Can I have your badge number?
Note that Andrew was talking to Jackie Molnar's colleague, who, though he admitted he didn't claim that Andrew's filming was illegal, sat by and did nothing as his partner stole Andrew's property.
561? Alright. Nothing I'm doing is illegal.
I didn't think it was illegal.
Huh?
I didn't think it was illegal.
No, you didn't. I know you didn't. You didn't say that it was illegal or anything. But it is legal, and you're taking away my your partner is taking away my private property when I'm doing a legal act.
I was well within my rights to film that interaction.
The next day, Andrew went to the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office to retrieve his camera.
I'm here to pick up property that was taken from me last night.
Yes, I understand that you had a complaint about a call that came in last night. Your device was taken?
Yes, it was.
What are the circumstances of it? Because we're not aware.
I
We're looking
was
for reports. There isn't any.
filming, and Deputy
Molnar. Jackie, okay.
Simply my video camera, in clear violation of my First Amendment right.
Okay. Why did she take it? What were the circumstances?
I was just sitting on a bench filming outside of my residence.
Until you showed up, I had no idea about this call or anything about it.
Andrew learned that there wasn't even a report filed about his camera being taken. 2 weeks later, Andrew returned and tried to get the police report about the incident. Instead, they told him to wait until court, where things would be sorted out.
Can get resolved in court if it has to go that far, but you know, you can always talk to the city attorney about this and give them dismiss charges after like 1 year or something like that. Something that would be a reasonable agreement amongst all parties involved.
Right. Well, I'm going to plead innocent.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't feel
that is certainly
I don't
in your
feel
right.
that I did anything wrong. I followed through the police report. The Deputy Molnar not only tried to go through my camera, but also brought it home with her overnight before bringing it back to the sheriff's office.
That alone is a clear violation of the chain of custody that she supposedly knows about, having worked for 3 decades as a Ramsey County Sheriff's deputy. When Andrew finally did get his camera back, the footage was deleted.
Here in Minnesota, we have Data Practice Act requests. I filed a Data Practice Act request to the City of Little Canada to find out how much money has already been spent on my case. The total so far is $5,500.
Kudos to Andrew for making his situation public and for being so thorough. He not only got coverage in the local print and radio media, but also on copblock.org, Photography is Not a Crime, and elsewhere. All that attention eventually brought him some legal help.
I am grateful to be able to announce that the Minnesota American Civil Liberties Union has decided to take on my legal defense. My trial is scheduled for the week of the 18th of February, 2014, but it has been postponed in the past. I've had 2 different prosecutors, 4 different judges, and the case has lasted over a year. And we'll see if it happens this time. If you'd like to help me in this matter, I urge you to call the City of Little Canada, the prosecuting attorney, Kevin Back, and Judge Alshaus and voice your concern about the taxpayers' money being spent on this case. I have a clear conscience, and I'm at peace with my actions. I acted lawfully. First Amendment principles and federal case law establish that a constitutional right. And while doing so, I did not act disorderly, nor did I obstruct a legal process.
What reasonable expectation of privacy does a copper have in public? The answer is none.
I encourage you all to keep filming. Even if you see someone else filming, help out. The content you capture might be their best witness. Better yet, get a streaming app.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Pete here. I just want to encourage you to stand up for yourself, stand up for those in your community. If you see something going on with a police employee, film. Take the time, you know. If you have a smartphone, get a free streaming app, and make sure you know how to use it. Real easy. You have here in Minnesota and everywhere, you have the right to film police employees out in public. So make sure you do it and make the world a better place.
Henry J. Henderson here. Just want to say, I hope you keep filming, hope you keep observing, hope you keep holding the police accountable for their actions.
If I end up on YouTube, I'm going to be upset.
Oh. That's a great tagline. If I end up on YouTube, I'm going to be upset. I noticed you put that on a lot of your videos now.
I do. I end my videos with that now.
Well, good. And so what if she's upset?
Yeah.
We should be upset. And I'm not upset that it's on YouTube. But you were going to have a trial, and it took place.
Yes.
And
not guilty.
Not guilty.
Yep.
Well, fantastic. That's the way it should be.
Yes.
So let's kind of summarize this, just to make sure people clearly understand.
Mm-hmm.
There was at that time you did not know, but there was a medical emergency where you lived.
Right.
In the apartment building.
Right. I had no idea there was a medical emergency.
How would you know?
No, there was a couple ambulance guys and a couple sheriff's deputies walking an individual out the door. I mean, he wasn't on a stretcher. He wasn't in any distress as far as I could tell.
A person could say, an ambulance? Well, obviously it's a medical emergency. But no, because most ambulances show up to crimes of violence.
Right.
So it's a crime. So all emergencies, or majority of emergencies, could be medical, but that's irrelevant to the situation. So you're outside, you see this happening. Why do you film? Why did you film?
Because I was concerned of what was going on. They walked this individual out, and then they patted him down. At first, I thought it was a medical thing.
Okay.
And then they patted him down. I've never seen the police pat somebody down during a medical situation before, and I found that interesting. So I pulled out my camera and started filming.
And how far away were you?
About 30 feet.
Okay. So. But you were on a balcony or a deck, or
I was on a concrete pad on the ground on a park bench, just sitting there after work.
Just in a natural location?
Natural location, yeah, right outside the door.
And all this starts unfolding in front of you.
Right.
So if you were dragged into a court of law, you would have been a witness. You would have been an eyewitness.
Right.
Okay, but you couldn't record, according to this Jackie Molnar, you couldn't record what you would have been able to testify to in court as to what you saw.
That's correct.
Okay, that's her logic.
Yeah, that's her opinion.
So she took the camera, and obviously it took you by surprise.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I've never had a camera just taken out of my hands before.
And so, that was unusual, and you did a great job of defending yourself. You really can't do much better than that. There's one part there where the other sheriff, I believe, said, well, you didn't say it was illegal what you did. So what if you come back with the right question of, did I do anything illegal?
Right.
And if he would have said no, then give me my camera back. But he wasn't put on the spot. That's all right. It shouldn't have done it anyway. It's like my friend that got police showed up and searched his house because his garage door was open. What's wrong with your garage door being open? It's your property. You can leave it open if you want. You know? So what's wrong with you filming out in public? This is an amazing thing. This is out in public. I go down to the legislature, film all the time because it's out in public.
Right.
When I go to private locations, I have to get permission because it's private. You're out in public. There's no restrictions.
No, none at all.
Whatsoever. Amazing that this took place. Well, here's the big thing here that Jackie Molnar did that just gets me. 30 years of experience, and she doesn't know the chain of command for possession of evidence.
Right.
So what did she do?
Well, she wrote in her report that she took my camera and took it home with her overnight. She also put that she tried to review the contents of the camera, which also violates the policy of the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office.
I mean, that's not a light thing. I mean, that's super huge.
It is.
I mean, after 30 years of experience, knowing that she's not IT, the technical department, the chain of command for evidence, it goes in a bag and it goes to your detectives.
Right. And I mean, the thing that bothers me the most about this issue is how many times has Jackie done this to other cases?
And we don't know, do we?
No.
And there's really no way to find out, is there? I don't know how to find out that type of information.
Right.
So the other thing that was interesting, when you were trying to find your camera, of course they had no record of it the next day.
No.
They had no case number.
No. She hadn't reported it yet.
She hadn't reported it yet. And then you go back 2 weeks later, and they know about your case.
Right.
And they've had some discussions, obviously. The thing that disturbed me about the power of suggestion is very, very real and very strong.
Mm-hmm.
And that, whoever you're talking to, the sheriff, deputy, or whoever, was making a strong suggestion that, well, maybe if you just plead to a one-year deal and after that everything goes away. You know, that was a strong suggestion.
It was.
And I've seen people in courtrooms where that's been given to them, where they should plead not guilty and fight it, but that strong suggestion wrecks their life.
It does, yeah, definitely.
Because they do that, and then they're a target already.
Right.
And anytime it's on their record, driver's license, they get pulled over, the officer's looking for something.
Right.
And then they're messed up, big time.
And not only that, but for employment too. That's going to come up on a background check for jobs, for housing, and ruin their chances of
Well, it sounds like you have a little experience in that. I mean,
yes.
How has this whole process affected you for jobs?
Well, when it was going on, I was laid off from my previous job, and nobody would hire me because it would come up on background checks that I had 2 charges pending.
Were you laid off because of this?
No, I was laid off just because it was a
downturn in business and
the economy.
But then there were openings in other jobs, and they wouldn't hire you because of this. Did they tell you that?
Yes. So the background check because there was open cases.
Oh, okay. And even though they knew it was, and you told them, and they can see, it was because you took pictures in a legal setting.
Right. Well, most places have a policy about criminal records. So.
Okay, it's the policy. Of course, most of these places have video cameras themselves.
Yeah. Yes.
In a private place, which they can do. That's amazing. Okay. Well, this is not the only time.
No.
That you've been stopped. But I tell you, the power of pictures and sound are fascinating and can really protect somebody. So let's go watch this next video of the lights. That's for the studio there. When Andrew got pulled over for having a light out. Let's see what takes place.
Hello.
What's up,
Do you have
guy?
your license and proof of insurance?
I do.
Stopped you because your passenger side headlight is out.
Passenger side?
Yep.
Cool.
Are you the person that usually does the maintenance on the vehicle?
I am. I don't have my insurance
Were you aware
card
that it
on
was
me.
out?
No, I wasn't.
You don't have the insurance card with you, or it doesn't have
I do not
insurance?
have the insurance card with me. I do have insurance.
What's the company?
American Family.
Are you the person that purchased it?
The insurance?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, stay on the vehicle. I'll be back up.
For sure.
Oh, gee.
What?
Mr. Henderson?
Yes.
I'm issuing a citation for the equipment violation. See that you were previously cited for a headlight that was out on the same vehicle.
Driver's side.
So,
Is
do you
that
have any
fi-
questions about how to handle the citation?
The fix-it ticket or what?
No, it's a citation.
A citation?
Yeah. There's a phone number in the upper right-hand corner you can call. If you want a court date and time, wait 3 to 10 days and then call that number.
Not a problem.
If you want to pay the citation, there's a fine schedule inside the envelope.
Cool. Can I get your name and badge number?
Joe Cox, COX, badge number 208. It's on the ticket as well.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
No citation for no insurance or what?
No, I called the insurance company and they told me it's valid.
Cool.
If you have the card with you, it'll go a lot faster, so we don't have to
Yeah,
call.
I left it at home this morning.
Get the card in the vehicle. Any other questions, you can call the number in the upper right-hand corner. You're free to go.
Thank you.
If I end up on YouTube, I'm going to be upset.
Oh, well, he's back up. That one's up on YouTube, too. Lights are out on one of your lights in your car.
Right.
And 8 months earlier, you had a light out on the other side.
Right.
And so the officer comes up there implying that it's the same light.
I believe so, yes.
That's
yeah.
how I
That's-
interpreted what he said. And then you told him, no, the light that was out was on the other side.
Right.
Just gave that to him. The cordial conversation, you did a great job. It is not normal that a police officer wouldn't give a fix-it ticket.
Right, yeah. One of the interesting parts to me about that is that there was no record of the other stop for having the headlight out 8 months prior.
There's no record of it?
No. The reason that the police officer knew about it is from watching my YouTube channel.
How did you know he watched your YouTube channel?
I got the dash cam video and they were discussing it in the squad car.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, and this was Officer Cox. Had you run into him before?
No, that was my first interaction with that officer. 8 months prior, I was stopped by the St. Anthony police.
Okay. And this guy was with what department?
Roseville.
Roseville.
Yes.
But he was talking to somebody during the stop about the 8 months prior.
Right.
And who was he talking to?
I'm not sure. All that was on the dash cam video was the person's voice.
Okay. And it's for something totally different.
Right.
That's just bad behavior on a police officer's part. That's the police state.
Yes.
Kind of the militarization of the police state,
Sure.
or taxation by citation. Oh man, there's so many avenues to go down here. We got a couple more videos we got to show. First of all, Jackie Molnar, that sheriff, has she been held accountable?
Not at all, no.
Is she still a sheriff in Ramsey County?
She retired from the sheriff's office, and she came back recently as a bailiff at the Ramsey County Courthouse downtown.
And that's still part of the sheriff's?
Yes, it
so
is.
she's retired after 30 years. She's picking up a pension. If you retire, that means you start picking up your pension.
Right.
But now she's hired on. I mean, she's really milking the system here.
Yes.
And no accountability. So if
None.
you or I do something wrong, you get arrested or charged. If she violates your constitutional rights, she gets to retire and get another job.
Yes. There seems to be
any disciplinary action taken against her that you know of?
Not as far as I know.
Are you going to take any action against her?
I don't know yet.
Don't know?
I haven't decided anything.
Well, I hope you do, because, and I know that's a hard thing, and we're going to see another video why it's a hard thing, because they can continue to harass you, and it needs to happen. And I hope you got a good support system, and I know you got a lot of support system, because Citizens United, not Citizens, Communities United Against Police Brutality,
right,
has encouraged you.
Yes,
to what extent, I don't know, but that's a good group watching out against police misconduct. And then ACLU came to your defense and defended you in court, and you won. So any other groups that have helped out?
Copblock.org.
That's a group.
That's
okay,
a group,
that's
yeah.
where that video we just showed was from.
Right.
But you put it together.
That was actually Pete Ear. Yeah. He's one of the founders of Copblock. And
okay.
Yeah.
Excellent job.
He's been a big support to me. So.
Okay, but wow. Well, let's get into the next video. Oh, the other question, was this stop before or after the videotaping of what you were charged with?
After.
It was after?
It was after, yeah.
Okay. So the next video that's coming up is the Max Stop #1. We're going to play that. This is a little lengthy here, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Well, you went, well, it's self-explanatory. You were going to go through the McDonald's drive-thru, but then decided not to, and because you did that, you got pulled over. Let's watch the beginning of this.
Hi, driver's license, proof of insurance, please. You bet. You pull into McDonald's like you're going to get food, and then you go around me and you decide to leave. So did you go inside and get it, or when did you get it? Excuse me? Go ahead. So did you go through the drive-thru and then go around again, or did you go inside and get it, or how'd that work? Excuse me? Your Fifth Amendment rights? Okay, well then give me your driver's license, Mr. Fifth Amendment rights. You realize the Fifth Amendment's only for use inside a court of law, correct? Okay, Andrew? Why do you need to have the right to remain silent? What did you do illegal that you feel the need to avail yourself of the right to remain silent? Got it. 2437.
2437.
Northbound right at Brady, 377 Charles George Edward. Gray Durango occupied 2 times. Can I get a second squad? The driver has told me that he's going to keep his rights to remain silent.
Second squad to Brady, one right.
This is amazing that a police officer, oh, who was that? Was that sheriff or?
Yeah, Ramsey County Sheriff.
Ramsey County Sheriff would not understand your right to remain silent.
Right, and that is so suspicious that they need backup.
Well, there's 2 suspicions there. The first, that you decided not to go through the drive-thru at McDonald's.
Yeah, very suspicious.
That's just, man, I don't know how many people have been pulled over for that. Hey, you got a target on your back, but he did not know.
Right.
Or he really acted well, but he didn't know it was you. So he asked for your driver's license. And what did you say? I mean, I've heard it in another video, but...
Sure. I handed my driver's license. I got my insurance from...
And you told him it was in the glove box.
Yep. And got it for him, and then I said, I'm going to remain silent.
Yeah. Which is your right.
It is.
You don't have to be told your rights, given the Miranda warning,
right.
Which you have the right to remain silent. anything you say can and will be used against you. Can and will be, emphasis on will be. So you have a right not to say anything.
Right.
He stopped you. He detained you.
Right.
You were being detained. So he has to have a reason in order to do that, and now he's searching for a reason.
Right.
That was amazing. He violated your rights. He didn't have a reason,
No.
and now he's trying to find the reason. It's just terrible. What was this officer's name?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's said there. I don't either. It will be on the video in a bit. So you did everything right, and now he's upset. I've never heard this. You know what? You know who knows how to defend their rights? Criminals and lawyers. Because the criminals who have been through the system have heard it all from their defense attorneys. Here's what you do, here's what you don't do, don't say this, don't say that. So the first time around they didn't defend their rights. The second time around they defended their rights. But you knew your rights.
Right.
You saw it. I mean, there are people out there that figure things out ahead of time. And any lawyer that goes to law school figures things out ahead of time. So criminals, lawyers, and then people who study, you know, and have an eye out for this. And so they're surprised, and then they're suspicious.
Right.
If you're defending your rights, you know something about the law. So either you're an attorney, which they didn't think you were an attorney, by the way, I thought they behaved. And then they just tried to bully you later on into giving up your rights. Okay, let's see the next video clip. We're running.
1423 17th Avenue Northwest, sir. Shots fired. One from the north. Nothing's been following them.
Shots fired. Okay.
9-7 copy. All clear the back of the car. 20 birthday for red.
3-7, can you let the main per county know that I've got 2 cars? That's enough.
Copy 11, thank you, 47 minutes.
Okay, I did not get this guy. So I stop him because I go to McDonald's to get a burger, and he drives around like he's going to get one, and then he quick zips around me and takes off out of McDonald's and decides that he's not hungry. So I pull him over because it's suspicious. Nobody's going to do that. I walk up to him, ask him for his driver's license, and he says, I plead the fifth. And I go, that's actually for you to decide a court of law. All I was going to do is ask you. He goes, why'd you stop me? So I tell him, it's awfully suspicious. People don't usually do that. So I ask him for his driver's license, and he goes, I have the right to remain silent. I'm going to do that. And I'm like, dude, what the, you know? So I'm like, you know what, before I start asking anything else or start looking anywhere else, this guy just started off with the total, so I don't know if he's a sovereign citizen or what. The other thing that's weird is, when I asked him where he was going, he said he was heading home. He lives on B2. He went totally past his house. So, nothing yet, but it was like he was acting so screwy, I'm like, I don't even know. I already told him to cancel.
Andrew, what's the deal, man?
With what?
Okay, you realize it's it's highly unusual for someone to have the position that you're at right now, correct?
I suppose.
Okay, so why are you so oppositional for something that we would have already been done with had you not been so oppositional?
Can you make yourself more clear?
Can you make yourself more clear?
Yeah.
As far as what?
What are you talking about?
First of all, I've never had anybody claim the fifth when I ask them for their driver's license. Second of all, when I just ask somebody a couple simple questions so that I can either verify that they're not intoxicated or they're not up to something, I've never had anybody tell me that they have the right to remain silent and they're going to exercise that. Okay. Because actually, unless I've got you in custody for something, which obviously I don't, and I'm asking you questions about a specific crime, that doesn't work either, dude.
I don't want to answer any questions.
Okay. Ma'am, are you in the same boat as him? Okay. Can I see your license, please, ma'am? Thank you. Andrew, do you still live on County Road B2? Yes, I do. So you got some food in your head at home, but you went past your address? Why don't you hand that over here, ma'am?
There's more than one way to get there, isn't there?
All right, we're running out of time here, but I want you to go to the last about 30 seconds of that video. Don't play it right now, but we'll get it in. You did a fantastic job there.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, shots were fired, some other call, and there ended up being 10 cars around you.
Yes.
No shots fired. Well, I wouldn't go to the shots fired call either. it's just amazing. 10 cars checking you out, but the shots fired, who knows how many went there. Then the story he told to the dispatchers was different than what had taken place.
Yes.
Because he said, he implied that you wouldn't give him your name or your ID, and you did.
Right.
And then he has to go and say, well, are you a sovereign citizen? Well, that's code word for
troublemaker.
Troublemaker, certain groups.
Mm-hmm.
So we are sovereign citizens, everybody is, but how do you be a sovereign citizen and not be a troublemaker? I don't know. So what did you take away from this deal? I mean,
that the police force over-exaggerates many things. I mean, this was a simple traffic stop. It didn't require 10 squad cars and 4 officers, and it was blown way out of proportion for a simple traffic stop and somebody exercising their constitutional rights.
Yeah, that was amazing. He's never had anybody exercise their rights. Of course, we talked about that before. Let's play the last 30 seconds of this clip here, because all of a sudden the police officer gets it. He says he gets it. Let's show this.
Nope. Nope.
Say what?
Nothing.
Okay.
Hey, I may be old and not as smart as some people, but a setup is a setup.
All right, we missed the part. He finally figured it out. It was you. This was the officer that was there when you were videotaping.
Right.
The prior one, where you were charged and then found not guilty on. He was the officer that didn't say you were doing anything illegal.
Right, yes.
He finally gets it. He thinks he's being set up. That's what he said at the end.
Yeah, that was a different officer.
Oh, okay.
It was one of the backup officers that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're out of time, and I did a terrible job in time management. But folks, go to Andrew Holman's website and Facebook or whatever, and watch what he has to say.
If I end up on YouTube, I'm going to be upset.